Now it looks like Hugo Ekitike is going to be a Liverpool striker. Now, I never for once believed that Alexander Isak would join Liverpool because I know the owners are ambitious, right? They want a team that can challenge for the Premier League title, challenge for Champions League, challenge for FA Cups, challenge on all fronts, right? They're trying to build a squad that can challenge for everything, right? The last time they were in Champions League, it didn't go the way they planned it to go. So they're trying to prepare better for that. And they can't lose their star man to a Premier League rival. So I never believed Isak was coming to Liverpool. I always, and you guys, look, the video I made about all the available strikers in this summer, Osimhen, Sesko, Isak, Gyökeres, and Ekitike, I always said that I would like Ekitike, right? He's my kind of profile of a player. We'll see about the finishing in the Premier League, but he's the kind of player I like to see leading my front line, right? Now, what does this mean for Liverpool? I always thought that no matter what striker we bring in, as long as he's of a good enough quality, he will succeed at Liverpool. You have too many creative players, too many chances being created on a consistent basis for you to not succeed at Liverpool, unless you're an absolute, you just have no finishing capabilities, right? So I have faith that he will produce. Now, the transfer is not, officially been, we haven't heard the here we go from Fabrizio or anything from Ornstein or anything like that, but we know that Liverpool are interested in signing the player. We know that Liverpool are going to pursue the player, and by all accounts, the player wants to move to Liverpool. It will happen once, the numbers have been discussed. But what does he bring to Liverpool? Now, this is a player that many have likened to Isak, saying, oh, this guy is kind of a baby Isak, similar play style, similar build, similar everything. They're similar in basically everything, right? I don't think Ekitike has mastered finishing the way Isak has. But even when I say that, Isak misses a lot of chances too. Like, I've seen games where he just misses in the 6-yard box, near post. Like, he's missed chances, right? He's not a perfect. He's as close to perfect as you can get, but he's not a perfect striker. Everybody misses chances. Ekitike for me is a player that will get enough chances in the Premier League to be able to score 15 to 20 goals in the Premier League. And that's all you really need, because you're going to get your production from Salah, you're going to get your production from Wirtz, and, whoever the winger is going to be, Gakpo, Rodrigo, Diaz, who knows who's going to be. You're going to get your production from all parts of the pitch, right? Our fullbacks are going to give you production. McAllister's is going to give you the odd goal here and there, slow slide. So there's going to be a lot. It's not going to be all on him, right? Because we saw what Liverpool did even last season, relying on Nunez, relying on rest in peace Diogo Jota, relying on Diaz and the 9, right? We didn't have a consistent 9 all season, yet somehow we figured out to score so many goals. Ekitike will give us some consistency in that 9 position, right? And I want to touch on something real quick about Alexander Isak. I know Newcastle has no intention to sell, and they have their ambitions and all these kind of stuff. Newcastle United right now are at best the 5th best team in the Premier League. No disrespect, but obviously Liverpool are the best team in the Premier League, or one of the 2 best teams. Arsenal have been there the last 3 years. They can be considered one of the 2 best teams. Chelsea, their pedigree and kind of what they're building, they can be considered one of the top 4 teams. And Man City, despite all we said, how terrible they've been they still finished in the top 4 last season. Those are 4 teams that are better than Newcastle United. Which means Isak, yes, Newcastle are ambitious and all these, but you're never going to be able to pull players away from those top 4 teams. You're not. If you have the option to go to Arsenal or Liverpool, you're not gonna go to Newcastle United. No disrespect, but let's be realistic about the game of football, right? So it's hard for me to see a world where they get a squad that's a top 4 squad that's better than the 4 teams that I have ahead of them already, right? And for Isak, I think this is a pivotal period, because look, no Serie A team can afford him. There's not enough money in the Serie A league. If you look at the Bundesliga, only Bayern can realistically afford him. But Bayern are going to get at least 2 more years out of Kane. They're not going to just use him for 2 years. They're going to get at least 3-4 years out of Kane. If you look at the La Liga, there's not a lot of money in La Liga, but the 2 teams that can afford him, Madrid already have their 9, and Barcelona can't afford him. What am I saying? They can't afford him. So we've just already taken out 3 leagues. France, PSG is the only team that can afford him. In the Premier League, Arsenal will sign Gyökeres. Liverpool will sign Ekitike. Man City already have Haaland. Chelsea have 2 strikers, Delap and Charbetro. It wouldn't make sense to go and sign Isak. He doesn't want to go to any of these clubs anyway. So realistically, he's going to be stuck at Newcastle unless some financial miracle happens at another club that he wants to go to. But he's going to be stuck at Newcastle. You're going to be stuck fighting for top 4 for the next 3 years, fighting to get in the Champions League. That's not the kind of career I think he wants. I don't know the guy. I don't know what his ambitions are. But a player of that quality is looking to win leagues, looking to win Champions League, looking to win international trophies, right? You're not going to do that at Newcastle. I know they won the EFL Cup, and I know they beat Liverpool doing it, but that's not a consistent. You're not going to bank on that. You're not going to bank on Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup or Bournemouth winning. You're not going to bank on that. You're going to bank on the traditional Big 6 clubs winning these trophies. So it's going to have to be an incredible feat for him to get the success that I believe he wants at Newcastle, which is why I think this move is so pivotal. I think it's so pivotal. I think he needs to move. But obviously, it's not going to happen because of the Newcastle stance, which is why Liverpool have just said, okay, we're not going to be able to sign him. Let's go to Ekitike. Ekitike, I can see him succeeding at Liverpool. And for the fees being quoted, I don't know, 70 to 90, this is just a 70 to 90 million, and keep it in that range, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Get rid of Diaz and use that money to get in Rodrigo. And then a center back. That's a great window for all Liverpool fans. You should have no complaints about that. And it's gonna be an interesting battle now because we have proper 9s in the Premier League. Who's gonna be the top? Well, it's probably gonna be Haaland. But who are the other kind of top guys in the league? We know Isak will be there. Will Gyökeres be there? Will Ekitike be there? Will João Pedro be there? It's gonna be an absolute shootout, and I love 9s. I love proper finishers, proper strikers, I love these kind of battles because it takes me back to when the Premier League was really the greatest. You know, late 2000s, early 2010s. Those are the plays that I enjoyed the most. So what are Liverpool getting with Ekitike? They get a lot. I said this in the earlier video. A technically gifted player. A player that can carry the ball, dribble with the ball. A player that can pick a pass. A player that can hold up play. Physically, he's not like physically imposing, but he's physical enough, right? 6'3", 6'4" build, fast, strong, kind of like wiry strength. Not really like a Gyökeres, but like a wiry strength where like I don't know the physics term to it, but it's like when you have so much pace that it increases your strength. I don't know how to explain it, but like, oh, think of the Flash. Think of the Flash, right? You guys know how the Flash isn't like the biggest, strongest, superhero, but because he's so fast, he has so much strength. Like a punch from the Flash is like, you know what I mean? That's Ekitike. He's so fast. He has like a wiry strength. He's good in the air. I will say his shot decision making, shot chart, shot accuracy, shot conversion needs work. But I think that's something that can be improved upon, right? And somebody that will get enough chances so that even if his conversion is not the greatest, he will get enough goals to kind of justify the price tag. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I'm excited to see how we utilize him. I'm excited to see how he kind of meshes with Wirtz and Salah and whoever's going to be on the left wing. I'm just excited to see this Liverpool squad next season and see how everything kind of gels together. I know some people are saying things like, this is a very offensively minded team, right? There's going to be a lot of pressure on Van Dijk and hopefully Konate. We'll see if Gay is going to be the center back, but there's a lot of attacking intent in this Liverpool team. Are we going to be able to kind of compose ourselves defensively and not really concede too many goals? I don't know. But I'm excited to see attacking football in my club. I enjoyed it last season, and I want to see even more of it this season as Arne Slot begins to kind of build his team in his own image, kind of get the players that he wants at his disposal, kind of play the systems he wants to play. Maybe one day a 4-2-3-1 a 4-2-1-2 diamond kind of with Wirtz and Szoboszlai in the same squad. Salah and Ekitike just doing different things because you have the option, the versatility to do it. I'm excited for that. But yeah, Hugo Ekitike is a Liverpool player. Guys, let me know what you think about the player. Let me know what you think about the fit with Liverpool. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I will catch you guys very, very soon. Peace out.